Streaming. Let's see if we are live. Yes, we are. Test, test, test. बोलना भाई.
Check, check, check.
Yes. Okay. We can start. All right. So this is day 60. 2 months we've been doing OpenUSD now.
Mm-hmm.
And we are so close. So close. We are prepared to appear for the certification exam on Friday. Feeling good about it, feeling really confident. There are some topics that are still a little here and there that we need to, polish a bit, but it's
Mm-hmm.
looking good. It's looking good. So yeah, we were trying to complete the data exchange pipeline module again.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we read till data transformation. And I basically did the reusability of transformation code, this part, round trip data exchange when designing workflows. What involves round trip workflows that involve round trip data exchange, importing and exporting, minimize data transformations. Extensive transformations can complicate the process of accurately reversing changes when re-importing the data, potentially leading to loss of information or inconsistencies.
Mm-hmm.
So that is that. Transformation is also a good time to prune data that may not be relevant to a workflow or a client. So any data pruning is done in the transformation step. Conversely, third-party developers may want to add more data to an export or extract additional data that is currently not supported by extraction implementation. This could be handled in the early step in the transformation pipeline as well. So this could be a question. Um, Third-party developers may want to add more data to an export or extract additional data that is currently not supported by the extraction implementation. So this could be handled at an early step in the transformation pipeline as well. Mm, 1 second, let me check my calendar tomorrow. Oh, only 2 meetings. And they are gonna start at 12:45, so it's fine. All right. Okay. So transformation is also good time to prune data. We did this. Okay. A transformation step doesn't need to happen in the same process as an extraction or other transformation steps. It could be a separate process or cloud service. Yes, this was a question, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Transformation step doesn't need to happen in the same process as extraction or other transformation steps. It could be separate process or a cloud service. You can never consider transformations that may occur as post-process after a stage has been exported or converted. You can even consider transformations that may occur as a post-process after a stage has been exported or converted. So source data transformation, component A, mesh A, animation physics, asset, optimized asset structure. Okay. Based on their experience with exporting other file formats, most and end users typically expect a single file export in most cases. Okay, based on their experience with exporting file formats, most end users typically expect a single file export. In most cases, it makes sense for that to be your default export. In practice, most organizations have established asset structure, and the export will need to be transformed to fit that structure. Asset structures might leverage one or more OpenUSD concepts like composition, asset parameterization, and work streams. If the export is just one work stream of a larger asset structure, it could be additive and define new prims, apply overrides on existing prims, or both. The exporter needs to be able to take the data extraction and distill it down to the work stream's unique contribution. What does this mean if the export is just one stream? The export is just one work stream of a larger asset structure. If the export is just one work stream of a larger asset structure, it could be additive and define new prim, apply overrides on existing prims, or both. The exporter needs to be able to take the data extraction and distill it down to that workstream's unique contributions. I see. Can you explain this part? Do you understand this part?
Right. Based on their experience exporting with other file formats, most end users typically expect. Okay, if the export is just one work stream of a larger asset structure, it could be additive and define new prim, apply override on existing prim, or both. The exporter needs to be able to take data extraction and distill it down to the work stream's unique contribution. Essentially, if the export is just one work stream of a larger asset structure, it could be additive and define a new prim. So basically, let's say you have a really big infrastructure, uh, designing an Amazon factory, as I would say, and in that factory, you are just picking up a certain specific assembly line, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that specific assembly line objects or prims can act as an additive, like an addition to whatever you're trying to achieve at this point, and applies over or overrides on existing prim or both. Wait, what the fuck?
They're saying when your USD export represents only one slide workstream of a bigger asset, that slice should only contain what it uniquely adds, not the whole asset. Again, breaking down one workstream of a larger asset structure. Think of a car asset where different teams handle geometry, material, rigging, variant, etc. Each team's export is a workstream. The complete car is the larger asset structure, additive and definitive, and define new prims. This workstream might introduce brand new prims that did not exist in the base asset, such as an extra detail meshes, new lights, or metadata prims. Hmm. This workstream might introduce brand new prims that did not exist in the base asset, such as extra detail meshes, add and define new prims, apply overrides on existing prims. It might also change properties of the prims that already exist elsewhere in the asset structure, tweak materials, visibility, transforms by authoring sparse overrides instead of redefining everything. Or both. A given workstream USD layer can both add new prims and override existing ones at the same time. Distill it down to that workstream's unique contributions. The exporter should take the raw extracted stage and output a layer file that only contains the minimal necessary opinions for that workstream. The new prim definition. Okay, I get it.
What is it?
If the export is just one workstream of a
Mm-hmm.
larger asset structure, it could be additive and define new prims, apply overrides on the existing prims, or both. So this basically means that if the source file that you have converted is basically just one layer of the whole asset,
Mm-hmm.
then you should just convert that one work stream into USD, or
Mm-hmm.
transform that into USD, so that and you should not repeat like the whole asset, everything. It should be like pretty unique to that particular layer. Like, okay, over here, look at this. Think of a car asset where different teams handle geometry, material, rigging, variant, etc. Each team export is work stream, and the complete car is a larger asset structure, right? So this one work stream, you are converting just one work stream. If the export is just one work stream of a larger asset structure, so this work stream might introduce brand new prims that did not exist in the base asset, such as extra detail meshes. It might also change properties of prims that already exist elsewhere in the asset structure by authoring sparse overrides instead of defining everything, or both. Distill it down. A given workstream USD layer can both add new prims and override existing ones at the same time. Distill it down to that workstream's unique contributions. The exporter should take the raw extracted stage and output layer slash file that only contains the minimal necessary opinions for that workstream, the new prim definitions plus the specific property opinions it needs to change, nothing more. So this is the main statement. The exporter should take raw extracted stage and output layer and file that only contains the minimal necessary opinions for that workstream. So only that particular workstream needs to be converted or transformed. Okay, I get it. Many exporters include export options to provide users with great flexibility and take control over the export. Many exporters include Mm, many exporters include export options to provide users with great flexibility and control over the export. Some options may consist of choices users need to make to conform to the destination format, and other options may be added to support various workflow to requirements for user. Many exporters include export options to provide users with greater flexibility and control over the export. Some options may consist of choices users need to make to conform the destination format, and other options may be added to support various workflow requirements for users. It's a good practice to. What does this mean? Some options may conform the destination format, and other options may need to be added to. Asset validation I did, it was pretty easy. It just had the USD checker thing.
Okay, Omniverse is the tool that helps, that is a GUI tool that helps you to validate and autofix Python errors, right?
Omniverse
Om
asset validator, that's the tool.
Omniverse asset validator, yes, yes. I'm just trying to recall.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get a question on that. It's just like two lines of thing over there. All right. Exercise transforming the prim hierarchy. In this exercise, we will create a first transformation step to turn our converted output into asset that is easy to reference, and to fix default prim validation error. Let's look at the tree view of USD layer produced by OBJ2 USD. Oh, OpenUSD. Fuck.
How many push-ups have you done till now?
Pull-ups, not
Pull-ups,
push-ups.
my bad. Pull-ups. Pull-ups.
Probably 50 today. 50 or something. Not seeing any gains right now, but probably in a month. God damn. As soon as I started doing pull-ups, I had a view. One view.
Oh, do it shirtless, then you will get more view.
Sell my soul for the
Yeah.
views.
Only fans.
I can actually make OnlyFans for EB1A. Easier, EB1A.
Yes. On the CPA box. Call to action box.
In this exercise, we will create our first transformation step to turn our converted output into a asset that is easy to reference and fix the default from validation error. Let's look at the tree view of a USD layer view. USD layer produced by object to USD. Let's look at the tree view of the USD layer produced. Okay, tree view. Cube, sphere, cone with material. Okay. What?
What happened?
I had one view. Oh, yeah, here it is. No, my
Mm-hmm.
bad. I think I saw a glitch.
Mm.
The view just disappeared and it came back. Bruh. But whatever. Fuck it. Um, Output to into a asset that is easy to reference and fix the default prime validation error. Let's look at the tree of USD layer produced by OBJ to USD. Oh, 1 second. చిన్న చూరి నామన. How do I see lifetime views, bro?
I don't know. Ask AI.
Hmm. 81,000 impressions. Damn.
Damn,
81.8.
crazy.
2K views in the last 28 days. Mm. Casual viewers, computer, mobile, TV, tablet. Oh, damn. 26% female audience. That's crazy.
I think do more pull-ups. The data will change.
And geography is 27.9% is India, but 15% is United States, 1.2% is Poland.
Poland people.
Gayatri Devi Vasudev astrologer. That's top searches in India today. Bro,
Sure.
fucking insane. Insane data. YouTube gives insane data insights.
Oh, really?
Something that might help your channel. The Gayatri Vasudev astrologer is the highest.
It's gonna give
So,
you some value
what?
that is gonna that you should do at this point of time when your stars align, and then you will get the maximum view.
Yeah,
That's what astrology is mostly.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck about astrology, bro. My parents do, though. They fucking believe in it, that shit.
Damn, bro.
Okay, notice that there are multiple prims under stage pseudo root or root. While our converter output faithfully represents the flat hierarchy from OBJ, it creates two usability issues. There is no default prim. Okay, metadata to reference the stage without specifying the target prim. Even with default prim set, there is no easy way to reference the entire asset. Since all the prims that make up the asset don't share common ancestor prim, this is why we should add a transformation step to make the converted OBJ easier to use out of the box in OpenUSD. Let's choose to make this transformation that always runs as a part of our converter because it is critical to provide a good UX for end users. Let's add the new function to handle the transformation copy and paste. Set default prim to make the stage referenceable. OBJ has no notion of a scene graph hierarchy or a scene root. This is a mandatory chaser to move all the prims under a default prim to make this asset referenceable. Okay, get prim. So this is what they are doing to make it referenceable as a default prim. So root prim is get pseudo root. Okay, world prim is USD geom.xform.define. Um, and then stage dot set default prim is world prim editor is equal to USD dot namespace editor stage. Okay, so editor use SD dot namespace editor. Okay. Hmm. For prim in root prims editor dot reparent prim world prim editor dot.
Reparenting is a really good question that I have seen a lot in the quizzes that I have been given.
Yeah, I'm gonna note this part down actually. Hmm. Hmm. Prince. Steve. Get you.
Where is my quiz that I generated?
USD Geo products for undefined stage. Hmm. Stage one. Not good.
We'll be back.
Yeah. Stage.
Okay, okay.
And importance. What are the planets? The function creates a new USD geomex form. New USD geomex form. Prim. Set it as default prim. Set default prim. And then parents all of the other prims in the root namespace. And equals to USD dot namespace edit. Namespace editor. Call ancestor. This one. We call the new function in transform. Paste the code into transform. Set default prim.
Have
Set
you tried that
default.
obsidian thing that you're talking about earlier?
I was gonna do it today, but then I got distracted.
Uh,
I did
I'm
see the
trying it right
video.
now. Like, I'm trying it right now. I'm loading it. Let's see. Because I think I'm gonna just load the Learn OpenUSD thing that I have done till now into
Mm-hmm.
Obsidian. See what
Mm-hmm.
insights do we get.
Yeah.
How it relates to data interoperability. OpenUSD. Okay, I'm gonna share a study reference guide. Let me know. Like I don't know if you want.
Yeah.
Is this because this is something that I created with Mac quizzes, and I told Cloud Code to just generate
Mm-hmm.
some of them. So wait, let me see where is the. I think it should be an output. Yeah. Okay. Guide is there, and then there is this reference. Like it covers weak points for both of us. I don't know, maybe something, but it's like really big ass. So it depends upon you if you want to go through it completely. Like the reference is 112 pages, so it's like you don't need to go to every fucking thing.
Data exchange. So what is this exactly? Is this the
So this is based on the quizzes that we have taken till now.
mm-hmm.
Like the quizzes that I have taken till now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like because we both had similar kind of weak points, like specifically
Mm-hmm.
related to extraction and all that and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna
But why
cover
is it
those
112 pages?
because it's like everything that you need from for learning. Because I think that is really a weak part for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this XForm common API definitely. Yeah, I know. I also need to do XForm. This XForm visualization customizing and like XForm lights and materials. This is
Yeah,
definitely my weak
I
part
think
too.
the first one, the guide is kind of shitty, but the second one is much better.
Mm-hmm.
Once you prepares the data in OBJ file, you can start extracting data, translating it to OpenAI, and parsing through the each machine. You see, you need to make sure the mesh can be named as an identifier or prim name. A tool foundation library to your Pixar. You need next need to extract method right underneath where the stage is defined.
Hydra, yes.
Before return stage, add the initial loop to go through all the meshes in the sequence in OpenUSD. You need to ensure that mesh identifier is valid identifier in your stage. Okay, yeah, this is like a valid identifier shit. In USD, if you don't see material connection, make sure default dome light is enabled. Light is greater than enabled dome light. Similar to how geometry extracted, you can now extract the material. The last part of the code added to the extract at the top of the file, add the GF, SDF, and USD shade import from the PXR From Pixar import GF, TF, USD,
What are
USD,
you
GF.
reading over here?
Oh yeah, I'm just going. No, I'm just going through the study reference guide that I created for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, going through that, like it has same amount of things, but with the simpler explanation, and
Mm-hmm.
basically covering all the things that Claude Code used to generate the quiz from,
I see.
like exercise, but in a simplified manner.
I see. This one.
Yeah, the reference.pdf. Yeah, yeah, that's one. I'm going through page 10, exercise materials.
Extracting materials. Yeah, we have done this yesterday.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just going to giving it a quick read to like just r- r- polish my skills. Check if it's existing. This slot underneath, and if minor block, what sort of
It's got
MTL C dot materials mesh dot material index if not MTL continuous sanitize underscore mat underscore name table
okay,
dot
I've
valid.
done till here. Exercise like USD checker to validate the default prim metadata is now set. No more errors should be reported. The previous exercise added core mandatory transformation step to make converted as, is it copying it from here just, or is it converting it into like easier language?
It's converting it into a bit easier language as well. It's definitely reading it from the source because that is one of the most important thing, so that
Mm-hmm.
it does not hallucinate at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because the most dangerous thing is learning and getting wrong knowledge. That AI thought, okay, this might be correct.
Mm-hmm. Also, I had a question, and I had a question for you as well.
Yeah.
What is like what wins between a local opinion and a sub-layer opinion?
Mm, where is the local opinion defined? Like inside the sublayer or like in the root layer?
So this was the question. Um, are the local like are the opinions inside a sub-layer considered local opinions?
Yes.
So if there are a local opinion on the layer and there are the same opinions coming from the sub-layer, what
Hmm.
are you going to give priority to?
I think layers.
Layers,
Yes, I think I would go with the layer one because
like the
layer would be
sub-layer.
no. The most local would be the layer, the one on the layer, and after
Mm-hmm.
that, the second one would be on the sub layer because
Mm-hmm.
that's how the priority is. Because the local opinions, like when we compose, it does a DFS, and
Mm-hmm.
when it comes back and when we do the value resolution, so it computes and it computes back to the main layer and sees what is the value. If there is no local opinion in the main layer, then it will definitely go to sub layer. But if there is a local opinion in sub layer, the
Mm-hmm.
in the main layer, then it's going to definitely give a preference because of the value resolution, how value resolution works. That
In
would be my
combination,
answer.
if I have an opinion or coming from or a sub-layer in a layer, in the root layer, but the same opinion is also defined locally
Yeah.
in the
On the local,
same root
in the
layer.
root layer, you have to say root layer, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which one will win? Damn, It's thinking too much.
Thinking.
It's a difficult
Think.
question. Okay, the local opinion in the root layer will win over the opinion coming from
Yeah,
somewhere.
value resolution logic
Yeah,
kicks in.
I also did the same thing. Or the opinion.
Okay, I have a question for you. Is
Mm,
scope a transformable? Are scopes transformable or not?
are scopes transformable or not? So scopes are basically groups of properties. So and being transformable is being convertible to rotate, scale, and stuff like that. So scope would be, and there are attributes or transformable or not. Yes,
No, you are wrong. Scopes are not transformable.
not transferable. Okay.
No, brother, scopes are not transferable. I also thought like that. This is one of the questions that I did wrong in my quiz.
Yeah, I remember watching that question somewhere. Why are scopes not transformable?
Because scopes are groups. They
Mm-hmm.
are basically used for grouping. That is the only purpose that they do. So if you cannot transform a scope, but you can transform in anything that is inside the scope. That is a different thing. If you're defining scope somewhere and you're trying to perform any
Mm-hmm.
kind of XForm operation or something, it won't work because they are not transformable.
Mm-hmm. I
So you
see.
can group multiple XForms in a scope, and definitely those XForm can have some kind of transformation, but the scope originally cannot have any transformation.
I see. Bro, look at this. What is it saying? In USD composition terminology, sublayer opinions are part of local opinions because
Hmm.
sublayers are part of the current layer stack.
Yeah. So
So then, if they are also considered local opinions, then
yeah.
the local opinion that
But if
is
the layers
present on
are
the
given
root
like
layer.
that, right? So okay, you're saying sublayer, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you initially you told me that you are adding two sublayers. What is
Mm-hmm.
the root file that you're where you're defining your local opinion? Isn't it that gonna be a layer as well?
Yeah.
So based on that, how many layers do you have now? Three layers
So the root
technically.
layer would be the topmost sublayer you're saying.
Yes. So that's
I
why it's going. So
see.
that is a zero layer.
Mm-hmm.
The other layer that you are going to define as sub layers are going to be first and second in an ordered list, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why any local opinion that is defined on a root layer will always be given a preference because that is the zeroth layer that you're defining over there, and that is also a layer technically.
Mm-hmm. Let's ask your question now. Is scope
Transformable.
exformable?
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not very clear on what is exformable and transformable. I need to read that. I think.
X form prems. Okay, wait, what is the answer? What is it? I also want to verify once.
Yeah, no,
Is not.
scope is
Yeah. X form prems allow the hierarchy.
non-transformable, non-transforming organizational container.
But can you ask, can scope have transformable prems? Oh, sorry, can scope have exformable prems?
Wait, let's read this. I think it's gonna answer your
Hmm.
question. No, exform scope is not exformable. Scope is mainly non-transforming organizational container. Think of it like a folder. Def scope looks. So def material red paint or def scope geom. Def mesh body, mesh wheels. It groups things, but it is not intended to carry transforms. Use xform when you need transforms. If you want to move, rotate, or scale group, if you need to move, rotate, or scale a group, use xform. Def xform car double 3xform op translate and uniform token xform op order. What does this line mean exactly? Uniform token xform op order operations order. XFORM OP translate.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Uh, do you remember the operation order that I showed you?
What? Like moving along an axis or something like that.
Yes, yes, yes.
So what?
So, dude, you have basically an operation. So right now, this is a single operation that you're going to perform
Uh-huh.
on wherever where on this prim. So this prim X form is a car, and on that car, you are going to translate. First, you're going to define your translate
Mm-hmm.
uh, vector, and then you're going to define the operation order. How will the operation order work?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That is the most important thing because that's how it executes.
Mm-hmm.
If you have multiple, let's say if you add another uh, transform, maybe along y-axis, right, or maybe a transform for scaling, then you would add it. So first scaling would be done and then translation would be done.
Mm-hmm.
The question that I showed you, that was a
Mm-hmm.
question that if you are doing multiple types of transformation, how would you do, like what is a preference order? So it's always right
I
to left.
see.
Like quick reference, just keep in mind that if you're doing any operation on XFORM operation order, it always goes from right to left, never from left to right.
Right to left. What do you mean, right to left?
So let's say you add, copy this. I'm gonna show you. Copy this. Yeah, copy this.
Wait, let me
Copy it.
read this first. Okay, wait. Let me finish this first. This is this. Okay, so they are applying XFORM to the car here. Use scope when you only need organization. So def scope def material, metal. Okay. Group these materials under materials, but do not apply a transform. Scope organizational container, not XFORMable exam memory. If this question, which prim should I use to group things without introducing a transform? Answer a scope. Which prim should I use to group things that and move, rotate, scale them? XFORM. Okay, yeah. What were you trying to say?
So if you create an array,
Mm-hmm.
XFORM operation order array, and you add multiple operations inside it, ask ChatGPT to add multiple operations into this operation order, and also ask how would we execute, what would be the order of execution for
In
operation,
this order, what would be?
what will be the order of operation.
I think there is an XFORM OP thing on your, yeah, over here. This one. In universal scene description, XFORMs play a key role defining spatial transformations of objects in a scene. In OpenUSD, an XFORM is a type of frame that stores transformation data such as translation, rotation, and scaling, which apply to its child primes. Yeah, I had a question similar to this in my quiz as well today. Let me show you. is that fucking question? Form. There was this question which had the similar question that you showed me today. X form, rotate, scale, transform thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was confused in that question. I think this one, maybe not this one. Exchange. I don't know. Okay, whatever. So, all right. So, okay, this means has one transform operation and only operation currently included in the local transform is xform op translate. If you add more transform OPs, xform op order is the list that tells USD which OPs, which operations participate in this in what stack order. USD docs attribute xform op as a precise sequence in which transform ops are pushed into the transform stack. Add xform op, append each new op to new most local operation. Okay. So this is the example it is using. Double, okay, def x form box, double three x form op translate, x form op trans, rotate, blah blah blah. Okay, so final object effect, scale the object, rotate the object, translate, move the object. Even though the token list is written as translate, rotate, scale, the common way to think about resulting object transformation is scale, rotate, translate. So,
Scale, rotate, and translate.
but it's not saying anything about left to right or
Right to
right to
left, dude.
left.
Okay, go up. Okay, what is the sequence? What is the sequence if you
I know they
compile?
are doing it right to left over here. I know,
Yes,
but they're not
yes.
saying that it's that's not a rule. You're just saying that.
That's a handy rule, dude. Ask him. Are we doing it right to left?
Exxon available transfer.
Like if you get a question, that's the way you will look at it in an array. You
Scale,
will
rotate,
an array.
translate. Scale, rotate, translate. Scale, rotate. SRT, SRT, SRT. Okay. Scale, rotate, translate. So XForm OP single memory rule. XForm OP attributes available transform ingredients. XForm OP order recipe order USD uses to build the final local transform. Common patterns, uniform token, XForm OP order. Only move. So translate, rotate, rotate, then move. Okay. Translate, rotate, scale, then common result. SRT scale, then rotate, then move. Order token with the Prince local transform.
Scale,
Bro,
rotate,
it's not
and
fucking so okay, according to your logic, if you're given, for example, X form OP scale is defined over translate, then you'll do right to left.
what?
If
No, no.
for
Yes. Yeah,
if
go
for
ahead, go ahead.
example, if X form OP order is defined as X form OP scale, comma X form OP rotate, and then comma X form OP translate, then what will you
Okay.
do? You do right to left?
Yeah.
No, you're wrong. That is fucking wrong, bro. Common object space effect is scale, rotate, translate. Any order it defined in.
Oh, so it's gonna first scale and then rotate.
and then
And
translate.
let me just verify.
I'll ask it over here. Is that there some right to left rule, or is it always going to be scale, rotate, and then translate? Oh, it is a right to left. It's not always scale, rotate, translate. Damn.
So you are saying that if so, okay, give a new array. Let's give it a new array, and then we will
Wait,
see.
wait, 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 wait. Scale, rotate, translate. This object will.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to over here.
Okay, yeah, 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 it is doing this. Look at
Give
this.
the array.
Okay. Yes,
What?
yes, yes, yes. It is right to left.
Yeah, dude, I told you right to left.
X form
Like
OP
that is
is
the
here.
simplest mental
Scale.
model because it says that first it will do the operation that is closest for from the point. That's what I read.
Mm-hmm.
I think it follows FIFO first and no, it's not FIFO. Last and first out, LIFO.
Last and first round. Least local to most local. So whatever is in the last will be first and vice versa.
So like because in the exam they will definitely give you a similar kind of question like with the code and just ask okay
Yeah.
what is the form operation order and right to left. There we go. Well, usually for someone the array iteration is like 1 2 3
Mm-hmm.
from left to right, and that's what I thought initially as well, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why for me that question was completely wrong. Like
Mm-hmm. Got it. I fucking got it. One more question down the pipe.
I say the form of operation order attribute use a geom-defines videographer related to schema that together form a basis for changing geometry between digital content creation tools in a graphic pipeline. Hence, to know about USGM, all
Okay.
changes in Neurotron USGM
Let's
enables
continue
intelligent.
data exchange, bro. Data transformation. We are on the last exercise.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
think. Yes, yes, we are on the last exercise. So, do you want me to look at your document for this? I think
We
that will
can if you
be
want.
data transformation, DCC exporter, round trip data exchange. Whew.
Oh, okay, open folder, projects, and then we will do learn OpenUSD.
Obsidian.
Open. Okay, how do we do this in this now? I'm not able to understand shit.
Yeah, it is pretty complicated at first, I think.
Learning curve. I need AI again.
Cloud code.
Damn, dude, it's cheap as fuck.
What?
Free without limits. No sign up required. No strings attached.
We are hiring a guy who worked for Obsidian.
For Obsidian. Damn.
Yeah, Dimitriov.
Oh, I can build my first plugin as well with this. Oh, they have app themes as well. Crazy shit. Oh, dude, this would be pretty awesome. Okay, I think I would have to create a complete graph of my database. Yeah, this is gonna help me a lot. Fuck. Holy moly.
Hmm. I'll be
Dude, my
back.
supervisor will be impressed. Aditya,
Impressed.
wow. Yeah, with this, if once I show this graph.
But why do you want to do this at work?
What?
This graph thing.
Because, dude,
It's
our
not gonna be
database,
useful for you.
dude, it's gonna be useful for sure.
For what?
Dude, there are a lot of things that is gonna be useful for, like specifically how our my database is structured, and dude, I cannot explain it to you. I would have to implement it, and then I will see. Fuck! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why does light theme exist. I'm gonna go blind at some point in my life if if I keep watching on light theme.
People like lighting. What do you mean?
My ass, brother, light theme hurts my eyes.
Because, brother, you keep sitting in a dark room.
For some reason, I have what there is a medical term for this. Right, light.
You keep sitting in a dingy dark room.
Photophobia. Holy shit, photophobia.
Wow. Batman.
Oh, yes. Vengeance, bitch, vengeance.
Chance. Batman second part is coming next year.
Yeah. Dude, Batman will come every freaking year.
Not every freaking year, bro.
Every other freaking year, there is a Batman that is running on the streets of Gotham. Every freaking year.
I mean, that was their
Well, at one time there was
moneymaker.
Ben Affleck, and then the other time the other guy.
Obviously, bro, they are never gonna, you know,
As Superman
that's
always comes in,
it's their moneymaker, bro.
maker for kids.
Yeah. Do you know there's this movie Supergirl in the theaters right now?
Oh yeah, I did saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, it's getting a lot
X.
of backlash.
What?
It's getting a lot of backlash. Like people are boycotting that movie.
Oh, XForm Common API. What type of API is XForm Common API? This is going to be a question for sure.
It's an API schema.
Is it an applied API schema or a non-applied API schema? This is going to be the question.
Applied.
No.
Why?
Why? Dude, it's a non-applied API schema.
But we apply Xform API to a prim or
I don't
something.
know. It says this in the documentation. I don't know what. Like, let's ask ChatGPT what difference between applied and non-applied schema. XForm Common API.
USD Geom Xform Common API is not an applied API schema. It is non-applied convenience API for authoring and reading common transformation, common transform operations on already exformable prim. An applied API schema writes its name into the prim's API schema's metadata. Yeah, okay. So an API schema will always write its name in prepend API schemas in the metadata.
Yes.
And a non-applied one will never write this, so it will not
Yeah.
list this. Instead, XForm Common API authors normal transform attribute directly run on the prim, directly on the prim. Okay, but USDA because XForm Common API was not applied as metadata. Mm, helper interface, author common XForm operations does not appear in API schemas, does not appear in get applied schemas. The actual data lives here. XForm translate rotate Z. Is not applied, not an applied schema. It is a non-applied convenience API for creating, querying common transform operations. Hmm. Okay. Applied and non-applied. Let's finish this, bro, first. Fuck.
Okay.
The previous exercise added a core mandatory transformation
Oh,
step to
you were
make.
on to that. Like I thought we were finishing the
Yeah,
data extract.
this is data extra. This is data
Oh.
transformation only. Like I'm just trying. Like this is the one that we're left with. Just this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to read it in your
Mm-hmm.
reference guide.
Okay.
The previous exercise added a core mandatory transformation step to make converted assets easier to reference. End users may not want or need available transformation steps. This exercise adds a new transformation step in the form of an export option. Okay. Adding an export option. Okay, so that the end users can choose whether to apply the transformation on conversion or not. This uses app access command line flag to allow the end users to change the app access upon conversion to OpenUSD. This is desirable because even though OBJ is Y up, the rest of an organization's pipeline might be Z up, and they would prefer that the output conforms to their pipeline. Oh, this was a question today. This I remember. There was this question. What was the question? I don't. But it was something related to the up axis. Add a
Of
new
access.
function.
Oh, I know what the question would be related to. that you are given an obj and you're trying to transform it
Yeah,
along the axis.
yeah,
uh,
something like
what
that.
kind of rotation would you perform on it, or what kind of rotation would you have to perform to make it upright? And the answer would
Hmm.
be plus 90-degree
Answer
along
would be
x
what?
axis. The answer would be plus 90-degree along the x axis.
Rotate 90-degree along the
Yeah.
Z axis.
No, it's going to be x axis for, I think.
Hmm.
It's not
I
going to
think
be
that
yes.
was one of the questions today
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
going to be x axis for, as if I remember.
Um, oh yeah, here it is. An OBJ to USD converter has an optional up axis export option. OBJ is Y up, but the target pipeline is Z up. Beyond writing the up axis metadata, what does the converter do to produce the result shown below and why?
Okay, where is it? Yeah, it adds a 90-degree C rotate X operation. So it's gonna be along X axis.
But I don't know if that is the correct answer. I
That
selected
is
it.
the correct answer. He is the correct answer. I know for sure. I know for sure. Because that is the same question that I got on my quiz. Because you're using the
Mm,
same question bank that I generated.
I see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, D is correct. This was a
Right.
lucky fluke.
Option of elimination.
It was fluke, bro, not elimination. I had a good feeling about
Yeah, bro.
the
Okay.
rotation.
Okay. Okay, brother. Okay. Good feelings.
Yeah, option of elimination.
Good option of elimination.
I am not saying that it's not a good approach. I'm saying it's a good approach if you don't know the answer. But
Yes. Yes.
my philosophy is to be perfect. Like, I don't want to rely
Yes,
on that
brother.
shit.
But
Sometimes,
sometimes
yeah, I
you
know.
want to pass the quiz. You cannot
Yeah,
say no, brother. I won't attempt it. You have to attempt it, and on
yeah,
that point,
obviously.
to get it correct, because each and every question matters. Because
What if there was
there would
negative marking?
uh,
What if there was
then,
negative marking?
yeah. Then I won't do in that scenario if there would be negative marking. Why would I
Mm-hmm.
do? That's why they have a higher criteria, like 80.
80%.
Yeah. But I think
Mm-hmm.
most of the exams do have the same. I think Amazon AWS certification also has like 85 or something.
Mm-hmm. Bro, AWS, I don't know why people give AWS exams. That is something that is you can just learn on day-to-day basis if you're working with it.
Why are we giving OpenUSD exam, brother? We can also learn it
OpenUSD
day.
is something that is niche, bro. AWS is something that is used in every
So
company.
AWS was a niche at a certain point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not
So,
fucking.
but for a newbie who is trying to break into the industry, that gives give that person an edge. Let's say, for example, your whole infrastructure is running on AWS. So
Mhm.
who would you prefer to hire? A person with non AWS
But I
certification, or
know how people get certifications. So
you
I would
know? But
rather test
apart from
his
you, brother,
knowledge.
apart from you, ask the same question to a manager. Ask the same question to the manager, and he's gonna say you the same answer that he's gonna go with an AWS. Even your HR would go with that, because that's one of the reasons somebody might get a better hike, that he has certification and all that shit apart from the
Mhm.
degrees.
I see. That's true. All right, let's complete this. So, I'm not able to understand this exercise adds new transformation step in the form of an export option so that end users can choose whether to apply the transformation on conversion or not. This uses the up axis command line flag to allow end users to change the up axis upon conversion to OpenUSD. This is desirable because even though OBJ is Y up, the rest of an organization might be Z up, and they would prefer that the output conforms to the pipeline. Add a new function to handle this up access export option and apply the transformation between set default prem and transform. So define okay, so they are defining a new function called set up access stage USD dot stage. Okay, set the specified up, bro. I think I'm gonna read it in this. The code is not legible.
Yeah, whatever works.
Set the specified up access for the stage. OBJ is the Y up default. By default, this is an optional chaser to allow users to change their up access to suit their pipeline. Corrective transformations are applied. Stage USD dot stage the stage to modify the up access value to set. If up access is equal to up access dot y USD geom dot set stage up access. So there's this inbuilt what set stage up access stage USD geom dot token dot y. Okay, so it is trying to set it to y axis
Yes,
or no pipeline. No, it is y axis and it is converting it into
USD. So
z.
it's defining it in USD that hey, if the up axis is Y, we have
You
to go
have to
with Y
convert it
axis. That
in.
is that is the mapping that we're trying to do over here.
No, if they find it in y up,
So
like
that's what. So what did I say? That's the thing
you
that
s-
they're doing over here.
yeah, you said if it is y, you need to map it in y in OpenUSD, but no, they are converting it
What
from
are
y
they
to
doing over
z.
here? What are they doing over here?
What here?
Yeah.
They are checking if up axis is equal to y. USD
Okay.
geom dot stage up axis stage USD geom dot tokens y. I don't know what
And
that
so,
is, but
so that
else.
is basically they're mapping it to Y axis. That is what they're doing over there,
But
according to
then how will they
according.
convert it if they are okay? If they are via if they are gonna be in y axis
No,
as up
this is
axis
an
in
optional
OBJ.
chaser. It says that over there. That's an optional chaser to allow user to change up access to suit their pipeline. It depends upon why. Like it's an optional thing.
Bro, but if you run this function on any y up axis, it is going to
Yes.
exit after this.
Yes.
But we don't want to do that. We need to convert it.
But if the up access is why, so that's what why do the thing is I'm going with the code over there, right?
Oh wait, so this is up axis flag which is gonna take in an argument, I think.
Yes, command line to allow and users to change the up access upon conversion to OpenUSD. This is desirable because even though OBJ is up, the rest of organization pipeline might be Z up. Because of that, if your pipeline
Oh,
organization
so
is Z up,
basically this up axis is y. Oh, so this is like if the argument that they are providing is y axis, and so that's gonna be fine with it. So this is what this line is doing: USD geom dot set stage up axis stage comma USD geom dot token dot y. And if the up axis is over here, if they define up axis as z in the argument.
no, if they define apart from Z, X or Z, if it comes anything else, that's why it has
Anything
else.
else? Yes, my bad. If it is X or Y. So
Yes.
USD geom dot set stage up access stage dot USD geom dot token dot Z. But why are they only doing it for Z, not X?
Oh, not X. What do you mean by not X?
Here, bro, if it is else, like if it is
Yeah.
any value other than Y,
Yes. So that's what
right?
they are doing. If
Yeah,
X
I
comes,
know.
it's gonna be Z. If Z comes, it's gonna be Z. That's what I'm saying.
If X comes, then also you're gonna do Z.
Yes.
But why? Why would you do Z if
Because you remember it's up X. First of all, X will never come.
oh, okay.
It's up axis. You remember up axis? You have two up axis. Either it's gonna be like this, or either it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like this.
Mm-hmm.
So there are only two ways you can look at your object: from the top or from a 45-degree angle,
Mm-hmm.
like the vector angle that you would have, right?
I
So that's why
see.
either the up axis, if the up axis is x, then it's wrong basically. That up axis cannot be x at any point. The data is polluted at this point.
I see. Hmm. Okay.
The
So
default is
USD geom dot set
so in this the default is always going to be y. But for lights, the default is minus z.
minus Z.
That is a major difference that we have.
Hmm. Bro, I wanna fucking score 70 out of 70 in that. And then they should
But I
call
think, but I
us.
think they won't tell you how much did you score. They will only tell you how much. Okay, did you pass or did you fail? That's it for sure.
I think they're gonna give the because on 30verse I think you can see your scores.
I
In
don't
my
know. I'm
exam,
just
I just saw their dashboard. Like I think
so
you'll be able to see your scores in 30verse.
okay.
I might be wrong, but yeah. So xformable is equal to USD geom dot xformable stage dot get default prim, and then xformable dot add rotate x op suffix unit resolve dot set 90. One more question down the pipe. So it's always gonna be rotation of 90 degrees. But then why is this the correct answer over here? It adds plus 90 degrees, rotate X OP suffixed unit resolve on the default frame, reorienting the content upright in the new system.
So because you have, so it's about how your object is getting. So it's gonna be y like this, right? So you have to transform it along an axis. So you will transform like this to make to look upside. That's why they're trying to do it over here. Because they're doing it in the code base as well. Like if you go into the code again
Hmm.
and see the last line.
Set 90, yeah, I know that.
It would say, okay,
Uh,
this function sets up access metadata accordingly. If a access is not obj default y, it will also apply a corrective default prim to reorient the stage to remain face up in the new coordinate system. We suffix the axis rotation operation with new to resolve. So they're doing it because to make sure the orientation stays face up. Like
hmm.
your object is going to be like this, or maybe like this, right?
Hmm.
Because of that, when you have to rotate it to, so you're looking at, dude, it's like 3D image. You just ask AI. I'm not going to explain anymore. Just ask AI over there. It's going to
I
explain you
see.
much better.
Yeah, let me read. I think I might get it.
Yeah.
Xformable is equal to USD geom dot xformable state dot get default from xformable dot add rotate xop. Add rotate op suffix is equal to unit resolve set 90. This function sets the up axis metadata accordingly. If the up axis is not the obj default y, it will also apply corrective on the default prime to reorient the stage to remain face up in the new coordinate system. We suffix the x-axis rotation operation with unit resolver. We suffix the x-axis rotation operation with unit resolve by convention to explain to the end users the purpose of the transformation. This won't do anything until we call the new function. Hmm, let me just see what this is saying. Okay, this function sets up axis metadata accordingly. If the up axis is not obj default y, it also applies a corrective on default prim to reorient the stage to remain face up in the new coordinate system. The x-axis rotation operation is suffixed with unit resolves by convention. What does this statement mean? The x-axis rotation operation is suffixed.
Dude,
With
you are basically reading the same thing at both places. That's why I told you to directly ask AI.
yeah, I know. This won't do anything until you call a new function transfer.
I'm gonna ask AI. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Why
I'm gonna ask
we
AI
do
too.
this X operation?
Yeah, Casablanca. The transform is normal rotate X operation, but it has an extra suffix unit resolve added to its property. So human tools know why that rotation exists.
Oh,
Hmm? What?
oh, oh, nothing. I was taking a look at the Obsidian graph view, like how does it? Oh, interesting, interesting.
People created, as a second brain.
Hmm. Comet. Where is my question? Yes. They are doing as a character, so the stage still appears face up after changing the axis metadata. The metadata also changes how the scene interpreted, but it does not physically rotate the existing geometry. So assets would otherwise look sideways, reoriented related to the new coordinate convention. The snippet explicitly says that if the new up axis is not obj default y, it applies a corrective operation on the default trim. But if it's not, dude, I got it. I got it. Why they are doing it?
Why?
I got it. Okay, so let's assume this is your object,
I can't see. Wait. Yeah.
right? What is up axis over
Up.
here? Why?
Yeah.
So that's why you won't perform any rotation.
Mm-hmm.
But if your up axis is z, that means it's inclined. It's in this, like it's
Towards
tilted in
me.
this
Towards me.
towards,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So when you try to map it,
Mm-hmm.
so you will basically map it, and then to make sure it faces up,
Mm-hmm.
you need to rotate it along x-axis like this, and that's
Oh, that's why it is doing the x-axis
yes,
rotation.
that's why it is doing that.
I see. Hmm.
because so when you map it to y, it's already up. You do
Yeah.
not need to change to change or rotate or do anything with the object. But when it is
Hmm.
along the z axis, you have to do that 90-degree rotation so that you will have it along your face like this.
Hmm.
Otherwise, if you do not do with that, it's gonna be like this tilted when you load it into a USD view.
Hmm. I see, brother. I see. Now I get it. This function sets. Set stage up axis. Hmm. USD geom dot set. What happened, bro?
Are you
Yeah,
able to? Oh,
yeah, yeah.
for some reason I was in the room. I was able to see you,
Hmm.
but for some reason.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I said I'm gonna leave around 2:30. So yeah.
All right, bro. Let's complete
Bro,
this.
why not, bro? I have to wake up. I need to fix my sleep schedule, bro. It's 2:15. If I go to sleep at 2:30, then I will sleep by 3. That's the only reason.
Mm-hmm.
If you do 3, then it goes till 4. And
Mm-hmm.
that's way too much. I got a text in the morning.
Huh?
Yeah, I got a text in the morning from a supervisor. Gladly, I woke up by 9.
Come on, bro. I'll tell you go. You're being a bitch, man. Come on.
No, man. No, man. Sometimes you have to. Like, that's why I'm still doing till 2:30, bro.
I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hit two of my goals today. Okay, let me just write this and then I'll show you. STG processing. USG geom dot set stage up access stage USD geom tokens or tokens dot C and exformable equals to USD geom dot exformable stage dot get default. Prim and then exformable dot add rotate rotate x op op suffix unit resolve. Mm, 90. Okay, the function is set up access, sets up access metadata accordingly. If the access is not a page default or corrective default from the reorder state. Okay, data exchange is done completely.
Crazy shit.
Data
Official.
exchange pipelines is complete.
What does units resolve does in the background?
Instancing and X form lights visualization. Ah.
So,
Hmm. So 2:20. You said you're gonna leave at 2:30.
yes.
Why, bro?
I gave you the reason already. You can carry on, brother. You can do it till 5, 6.
It's only
What?
1 hour 44 minutes, bro. Today.
It's fine, brother. It's fine. I think that because I already did that 2 hour quiz and this recap, so I think that's more than enough USD for today. Yes, brother. I
Brother,
have that.
it's just the last week, bro. It's just
So, dude,
Tuesday, Wednesday,
what you want
Thursday.
to do this in the last week? Like, what are you gonna learn more? It's you. The only thing you have to do is do the quiz and just work on those facts, and you can do it in the morning as well.
I see. Set validation typically, USD checker.
Like the only thing what we should do now is to do some hands-on, or just do take some more quiz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's like okay, you're reading it again and again, but then what are some things that you're forgetting? Just keep that. We have to keep that in mind. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's continue glossary, whatever is left.
Mm-hmm.
I can do the X form thing tomorrow. We will tell proxy reference relationship, I think. Yeah. So a relationship is a property. We did reference. Okay. Relationship is a property that establishes pointers or links between prims and properties in the scene hierarchy. Relationships are typeless properties that store. Relationship is a property that establishes pointer or links between prims and properties in the scene hierarchy. Relationships are typeless properties that store lists of paths to other objects with USD automatically translating paths through composition. They are independent properties, unlike connections which are tied to attribute. They are independent properties, unlike connections which are tied to attributes used for material bindings, collections, and other object-to-object targeting, with list writing support for collaborative authoring. Okay, relationship is a namespace pointer that is robust in the face of composition arc, which means that when you ask USD for relationship targets, USD will perform the necessary namespace manipulation required to translate author target value into the scene level namespace. Relationships are used throughout the USD schemas, perhaps most visibly in the USD material binding API. Schemas binding of G prim to their associated material, perhaps most visibly in the USD shade material binding API scheme. Binding of G prim to their associated materials. Relationships can have multiple targets, as for instance, the relationships in the USD collection API target of all. Rather than this, let's take a look at one of the questions that I got wrong. Okay, so which statements are correctly describe local opinions and layer stack in level P's opinions authored directly in the root layer and any of its recursive sublayers are all considered local opinions of that layer stack. Yeah, this was the question that I was, that is because of which I was asking you that question. A layer
Mm-hmm.
stack is the ordered set of layers from recursively gathering all sublayers plus the layer itself as the first and the strongest. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I see. Opinions authored directly in the root layer and in any of its recursive sublayers are all considered local opinions of that layer stack. Lower piece ordering local opinions are the strongest and the specializes are the weakest. Yes. Okay, so this was, I was doubtful, but I was correct. And then, which was the question? Questions? Is it saying questions around 18? Okay. So why is it discouraged to instance a leaf gprim? Example, a mesh directly. And what is the workaround if you want gprim level instancing? Yeah, I need to do instancing again. Workaround, add an xform
Wait, wait,
parent
wait.
over.
What is what? Why
Why
is it
is it
discouraged
discouraged
to
to
leave
instance a
Gprim
leaf gprim
of a
directly? And
mesh?
what is the
Directly, what is the
workaround if you
workaround if
want?
you want G level instancing? Gprim may be instanced once product indices are authored on them. Add the index array to the mesh. The root prim of an instance prototype has no properties. Makes direct gprim instancing pointless. Add an xform parent and references as the and reference the parent. Gprims cannot be targeted by reference arc and convert the mesh into a point instance prototype and instance it by index. Instance gprim duplicates with their vertex. Blah blah blah. So, and it's the only one, right? So root prim of an instance. Okay, what is the workaround if you want to? Okay. Instance pointless. Add an some parent and reference the parent. Gprime instance. I think B. I would go with
D.
B. B. Yeah. Is that correct or wrong?
B or D?
B. 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 The root prim of an
Yeah,
instance
B is
prototype has
correct.
no properties.
B is correct, yeah.
Yeah, because like I went with the only reason I went with that was add xform parent. So as we remember that we can do you remember translate and other things on your prototype locally when you're defining it as a reference.
Yeah.
So because of that, because in prototype that is the only operation that you can perform locally, translations, and like you can rotate the object but you cannot pick any individual arm. You can paint the whole object, right? You remember, because of the instance proxy thing.
OpenUSD release slash glossary. There was a release down. What is there in the fucking glossary for this? Xform?
Like that was a tough one, I would say. That I could have also went with C as well if not eliminated.
I need to do XForm again. I need to do instancing. Like those are my weak points, and then those two are the only things that are left for me. Um, that are my weakest points, I guess.
Hmm.
XForm light visualization part and instancing.
Okay.
I'm gonna study that and do more quizzes and probably gonna look at the videos soon. Bro, I forget to look at those videos. I don't know when to look at those videos. Probably today. Okay, it's 2:30. I'm also gonna end the stream then.
Okay. All right. Off air.
Off air, yes.
Why this thing does not change over here? Okay.
Hmm.